In this session, we are going to write our first Java program, and I'm going to open our Eclipse. So the moment you open the Eclipse, it is going to ask where you are going to create your first Java project. So it is going to give you a default workspace location. This location you can browse and change it to any location where you wanted to maintain your Java projects. And if you select this checkbox, use this as default, it is not going to give you this prompt message when you open Eclipse next time. So that will be taking the one that you're giving as the default workspace, and it's not going to prompt you again. And go ahead and launch the workspace, launch the Eclipse, and your Java project will be created in that whatever workspace you have specified. So here, once the Eclipse is open, you can go ahead and create your Java project. So click on this. You can type, sometimes this Java project appears by default. If it is not appearing, you can always go into other. There'll be some options like other, or you can just start typing in your filter text, just start typing Java project. So that will bring up your Java project here. So select this Java project, click on next, and in the screen it is going to ask what is your project name. So you can give any project name that you like. So I'm going to give like Java basic, and the remaining things you can leave it as default. It is just going to say where is this project is going to get created. This is a location. See, as you see here, I have my workspace location, and after this the till workspace is my workspace location, followed by Java basic is my project name. So this is the location where I'm going to store my Java project. And the execution environment is 1.8, which is the Java environment where I'm going to execute. So these will be having some defaults. All that you can do is accept it and say finish, so that a project will be created for you here. So in the left pane, now the project is created, and you're all set for creating your source files. So you can go ahead and start creating your first class in it. So right click on the source and then say new, and then say class. So inside the project you are going to create a class. So you can give a name of the class. So before you give the class name, you can also specify where you want to place this class into. So in this you can say com dot say Java tutorials dash dot basic. So this will be your package where you're going to store your Java file actually. So in this, my first Java program is going to be hello world. Remember our naming convention, so I'm just going to make it as hello world, H and W as capital. And you can check this checkbox so that you defaultly get the main method. You don't need to write the main method, so it is going to give you by default the signature of the main method. So all that you're giving is the package name, the name of the project, and check this checkbox. Okay, finish. Now you see the package got created for you, and the Java file also got created. Okay, so next we'll start typing the code. So as you see here, it is also giving the main method, and it is asking you to just giving a template of the main method. Now you can basically start writing your code inside the main method. So main method is something which is going to get executed when you run the Java program. When JVM, when you say like, hey, execute my program, so all that you are saying to the JRE or JVM, what you're saying that is, hello JVM, can you execute the hello world program? So you're saying you're actually issuing a command called Java hello world. So it is your JVM or JRE is going to run the hello world program. So when it is going to run the program, it needs a place to start with. So it is going to basically all the time execute. When you run the program, it is going to execute the main method, and the contents or the program that is inside the main method will get executed. No other things will get executed, just it is going to start with the main method, and whatever you say in the main method alone gets executed. So here we are going to start writing one simple statement to print whatever I wanted to print, like system dot out dot println, and in this I'm just going to say hello world inside the double quotes. So whatever I'm giving inside the double quotes will be printed as such. So if you put anything inside double quotes, it is going to print as such. So after doing all these things, you can just go ahead and save this program. Once you save this program, this hello world.java will be getting compiled into hello world.class. So if you wanted to look at it, you can just go ahead and see where is this located. Basically, where is your source folder located. If you go ahead and see the properties, you will get it is in your workspace, and in that workspace you have created a Java basic. Inside that there is a source here where you find your source file. So if you just copy this path and go to your finder, or you can go to your explorer, you can search for this path, which is going to give you basically it is in, where is it, in documents and workspace. Hold on a minute. Java basic. So if you see here, there is a source folder and there is a binary folder. So the source folder is going to contain the packages you created with com.java tutorial.basic. Internally it is going to create folders for each of them. We are going to learn packages in the further sessions in a detailed way. But now if you look at it, anything that you separate with dots is going to create a folder here, and inside the basic you are putting your hello world.java. It is a way of grouping your program, basically organizing your program inside a particular folder structure. So now coming back to this, right, you created your source file, and this bin you have not created. When you save the program, automatically Java compilation will compile the program, compiler will compile the program, and it is going to create a class file for you. It is going to create a same package structure inside the bin folder, and you see there is a hello world class created for you. And this is what, when you run the program, it is going to, your JVM is going to call, run, take this hello world class as the input, and it is going to run it. Basically it is going to give the machine, convert it into a language that is understandable by the Mac OS. In this case, if you are running in Windows, it is going to convert it into something which is understandable by Windows, and Windows in turn give the instruction to the processor and it gets it executed. Okay, now let's run this program. For running this program, you can just right click and say run as, and then say Java application. Now you see whatever I put inside this double quotes got printed, right? So what if you don't put anything inside the double quotes? Like if you just put system.out.println and you don't put anything inside double quotes. Instead of putting inside the double quotes, you are saying like let's say you are saying hello world, or say hello, and then put a semicolon. So now this is not going to work for you, because this is going to give you some syntax error, and is going to say hello cannot be resolved to a variable. So if a statement is wrong, whatever you're typing is wrong, it is going to highlight in red here, so that you can understand there is a problem with this statement what you're writing, and it is going to say what is the error. Sometimes you may not be able to understand really on looking at it, but going for, when you start typing more programs, you'll be able to easily identify what is this error. So here basically, if you are typing a string, you have to put it in a double quotes so that it gets printed whatever you put inside the double quotes. But at the same time, if you are trying to add some two numbers here, so for this you don't need to have a double quotes. This is just going to print 1 plus 2 is nothing but going to be printing it as 3 for you. The same thing, if you are putting this 1 plus 2 in a double quotes, for example, let me type it. Oops. Okay. 1 plus 2, then I say equal to 1 plus 2 here. I'm going to save this, I'm sorry, 1 plus 2, say equal to, and then say plus 1 plus 2. So here system.out.println. So make sure you are using S capital here, otherwise it is going to complain you, and O and P is going to be small case letter. We are going to see what is system.out.println in detail in the further later sessions. But as of now, understand, like, system.out.println means it is trying to print whatever you give it inside this uh, brackets. So here, what do you expect to print? 1 plus 2 equals 1 plus 2 means you may expect to print 1 plus 2 equal to 3. This 1 plus 2 is put on code, so it is going to appear as is. Just like hello world, it is going to print whatever you put inside codes. It is not going to evaluate it, it is going to print as it is. But if you're not putting in the codes, it is going to try to evaluate this. So 1 plus 2 is going to be evaluated to 3, that is what you may think. But unfortunately, the answer is going to be a little bit different than you think. It is going to be 1 plus 2 is equal to 12. So if you wonder how this appears, because always you have to follow the BODMAS rule, which is bracket of division, addition, division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. So here what is going to happen is, it's always Java is going to evaluate from left to right. It's not right. So what happens is, first it is going to take 1 plus 2 equal to, which is a kind of a string, or which is a characters basically, right? These characters are going to be appended with 1 actually. When you try to add a character with a number, it is going to append it actually. So here 1 plus 2 is a character, 1 plus 2 equal to is a characters, and we are trying to add this characters to 1, which is a number. When you try to add these together, it is going to concatenate it. It is not going to add it. It cannot add it. So it is going to concatenate it. So when you concatenate it, what you get is 1 plus 2 is equal to 1. And now you are going to add 1 plus 2 equal to 1, which is a characters again, with the number 2. So again, you are adding a characters with a number. So it is going to do again a concatenation. So which is resulting in 1 plus 2 is equal to 1, 2. So in the same thing, if you wanted to get it as 3, the only thing you need to do is just put this calculation inside a bracket. I would say braces, not a bracket. Sorry about that. So if you put it inside the the parentheses or braces, what are you going to get is, now you get the expected result of 1 plus 2 equal to 3. So remember, whatever you put into system.out.println, if you put it into quotes, it is going to appear as is. And if you are not putting into quotes, it is going to try to evaluate it. So when you add two numbers, it is going to get into it is going to result in a number. But when you add a character and a number, it is going to result in a character. And it is going to always evaluate the expressions from left to right. Okay, so I think you understood this program. Um, let's get on to some more concepts in the next sessions and come back to Eclipse for doing more programming. Thank you.